everybody. Welcome
Hello,
back to our channel. This is video number 2. Olga and Sam here again. Welcome everybody.
Exactly. Like you said, a big welcome back. Before we get into today's topic, we would like to take the opportunity to actually thank everyone who took their precious time to watch our video, the likes and the comments and the sharing, and as well as the subscriptions. Please, we do really appreciate all of those. Please keep it coming. Don't stop though.
Yes, thank you very much. Do keep it coming, you guys, and we'll also keep it coming for you with our videos. And without further ado, we'll get right into video number 2's topic. And today we're going to do a question and answer session of all kinds of questions that we've been coming across, and they all revolve around biracial dating. So that's what's going to happen today in the videos. I made up a bunch of questions myself that I was able to think of. I grabbed some of the internet as well, so I'll just read them down and we'll
go from
there. So, question number 1. The most common question we've been getting is, are there any culture clashes, or have there been any culture clashes? So
I think for me, I don't know, but the word clash seems a bit harsh for me. It feels like tension. Unfortunately for us, we haven't had any cultural clashes, like from me to her or from her to me. Simply with the mindset of we know that we are different from each other, in terms of race, so culture too, obviously. So we go in, or we are into this relationship with that mindset of actually going to embrace each other's cultural differences, respect it, and as well as embrace it. So that has actually helped us a lot, I think, when it comes to even understanding, because then when she does something, I know where
it's coming
from.
Same with him. Like, we don't approach when differences come to surface, we don't approach it as an insult or as a personal attack or something like that. We don't look at it that way, because we know that we've been brought up differently. We have different views on different things, but that's okay. I mean, we approach it in a way that we find a middle ground. And to me, that's one of the most beautiful things about biracial dating, is to have two completely different sides come together and actually find a middle way. And that to me kind of shows that we're not that different after all. If we're able to reach a middle ground between the two extremes, then what else again? Then there's nothing else that's impossible. So
no barrier.
We don't clash
that
in terms of like you said, we don't clash in terms of something comes up and we start fighting or something like that. We've never really had that. We actually, like he said, again, embrace each other's culture. And I mean, the curiosity in each other's culture is why we went in for a different race to begin with. So obviously there's going to be differences, but we welcome those and try to incorporate them into our day-to-day lives.
Exactly.
So I'll move on to question number 2, which is, how did your families react to the relationship?
You take it on.
So, well, my parents were actually really cool. And I will always give big ups to my parents for that. They never pressured me or my siblings into dating someone who they thought was right for us, or had really any say in who we get to date or who we got to be with. And it was actually really cool when I brought, like, before I dated him, my first boyfriend before him was also from Africa. And when I brought him home, he was also welcomed and everything was cool. My dad, he actually went as far as saying, he kind of took it, he was actually kind of proud of it in terms of when he grew up, all of his family married Germans. And he, being a German himself, married a Russian, and he was the only one who married outside of his own. So when I also did that, he said to me, I'm following his footsteps. So he was kind of even proud of that. So there was never any negativity when it came to dating outside of my race or anything like that. So I was really lucky to have
Yeah.
really cool parents like that.
Yeah, so like she said, yeah. So on her part, yeah, I didn't also get any, um, you know,
Tension.
tensions and um, what else? Like rejections. No, because again, they were also pretty much open to that concept. So yeah, I kind of like eased it into into her family. With respect to my family, it was the same. Um, my dad had already passed on when I met Olga, so unfortunately he didn't get to see her or meet her. But my mom got opportunity or the chance to actually see her, and even had come to live with us, for a couple of months and stuff like that. So she really knows her very well. She's embraced her, took her as her own daughter. So yeah, so on both aspects of the family, it's kind of like a very warm reception.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. It has been a very easy kind of
Yeah.
um yeah, easy
Like,
kind of I don't know.
yeah.
Integration.
Yeah,
That's the word I was
that's the
looking for.
right word.
Integration, yeah.
Mhm.
So, question number 3. Do you get stared at in public? And the answer to that is a big fat yes, all the time. We do get stared at, not just when you and I are going out, but also when I'm out with the kids,
Yeah.
because they don't look nothing like me. So I get
Yeah.
approached sometimes by people thinking that I'm their babysitter or
Mhm.
something, but I don't take any offense to it. I mean,
Yeah.
even to me, it's obvious that they don't really look like me, unless you really
Yeah.
look 2, 3, 4 times, then maybe you see some similarities. But yeah, I mean, we do get stared at all the time.
Like she said, 100% of the time, always. The German would say immer, always. Yeah, the staring is something that we've actually gotten used to. Sometimes we don't even pay attention. No, yeah, because it has become a norm to us. So
Yeah.
we embrace it. Although I must actually add this to it, that the staring is not like a negative. The staring hasn't got this negative.
A negative vibe
To
yeah.
it. It's more of like a positive, like
Like a curiosity.
curiosity type of staring. Yeah. So, yeah, it actually helps us to actually take it well. So yeah, but yeah.
And our kids are damn cute. So yeah,
Oh,
people
yeah.
will stare at them.
So for those of you who missed our first video, we have 3 kids. Today they are all in their rooms playing, busy
Screaming.
and screaming. So yeah, you might get to see them maybe on our next video, or yeah,
Maybe some of them decides to walk in
to
right
walk
now.
in. Yeah. So
Anyway, I realized I skipped the question. So the
Oh.
question before would have been, have you always known that you'd marry a different ethnicity? And what have you always known?
I wouldn't say I have always known, because one doesn't know. You will never know anything, right? That is life. But I would say I always have this open mind concept as far as or as to when it comes to relationships. Since I was young, yeah, I have never actually limited myself to just my own race or ethnicity. Just I've always had this open mind, concept. So with that question, I would say when it comes to the open, aspect of it, open mind aspect of it, yeah, I've always known that. But as to whether I would end up with a different race other than
Or a particular
particular race other than my own race, no, no.
Well, as for me, yeah, like you said, knowing is one thing, but
Yeah.
I think I started to be attracted to different races, particularly African races, when I was a teenager. That's when I kind of noticed them in a different way, and that's when I decided, okay, I'm gonna marry somebody from there. So from I guess it's not like I've always known, but I was hoping.
Yeah.
And then when it actually happened, I was like, okay, cool. So, because what I thought I would find in that race is exactly what I found in him.
Yeah, there you go.
So to me, done deal.
Thumbs up to
So
myself.
I said to myself, okay, so maybe that's why I was attracted to that race.
Yeah.
So as kind of like a doorway for me to meet him or something. Because, I mean, imagine if I met him and I wasn't into that race or anything like that, then we wouldn't be together, right? So, but yeah, I wanted to. From, like I said, when I was a teenager, I would say, yeah.
So I'm happy. Yeah, I'm with you.
That's right. Good to hear that. And now it's public.
Oh yeah.
Next question. Do you speak each other's languages? Well, we both speak English, obviously, which I had to learn it from basically from scratch when we moved to Canada in 2003. I did learn it here in Germany in school, but it's completely different when you actually go to a English-speaking country and have to use it in day-to-day communication. So I felt like I was thrown in cold water. But I picked it up fairly quickly, I would say. As for the German,
well, yeah, just as she said, she had to start learning English from the scratch. It's vice versa for me now. I'm now here in Germany, and I have to pick up her language as well. So yeah, I'm having a little bit of a challenge, but it's normal. I mean,
he's actually doing better than he thinks
Yeah.
he is. This is just
yeah, she keeps telling me that.
the
But
sentence, because sometimes I'm talking to him and he will bring words that I don't even remember ever hearing, and I'm like, what is that? And after he did the Sprachkurs, or the language course,
course, yeah.
he comes in here and he's talking about accusative, dative. I'm like, what is all of that? Like, as if, I mean, he knows even more than I do in terms of the technicalities. Me, I can speak it, but I can't explain to you why we speak it the way we speak it. As for him, he'll explain it to you, but he doesn't speak it.
That's the challenge, yeah.
But it'll come.
I know it would come. So yeah, so far that's where I am right now. I'm trying to work hard with the language issue, because the language here is also everything. So the faster I speak, or I start speaking, the better it would be for me here. So yeah, when it comes to that, I would say I speak ein bisschen, which is a little.
Ja, ein bisschen, ja.
Yeah. So.
Aber immer mehr. Ein
Oh,
bisschen,
yeah.
aber immer mehr.
Oh, also.
Also. As for his language,
Yeah.
because in Ghana they have like thousands of dialects.
Mm-hmm.
No. Because that language sounds so hard and difficult to me that I can't even comprehend how humans can even pronounce some of those things that you people are.
It's quite easy. Yeah, I mean, the African dialect, well, in Ghana specifically, we have dialects, not languages. So, and there's a lot of dialects, trust me.
And you speak how many?
I think I speak about 3 of them.
3.
Yeah.
And even, I can't tell the difference between the 3.
Yeah.
You could mix them all up and I wouldn't know.
So, yeah, so it's honestly, some of the dialects are quite heavy in pronunciations. So I understand where she's coming from. Yeah. Just as when I came here trying to learn German, and some of the stuff I can't even, but to her it's the easiest, and she flows with it. No, that's how it is. So
maybe someday I'll try learning it. It would be kind of cool, because if you hear it, it sounds really cool. It's just that I don't know how you people move your tongues to make those sounds, right? It's just like completely foreign to me, but it would be cool to learn it.
Yeah.
And I've seen a lot of Westerners who've learned it.
Oh yeah, a lot.
Learned it quick. So I guess I just have to put my mind to it, which I haven't, but I'm gonna someday.
Yeah.
Anyway, next question. Unless you want to add something.
No, pretty much, said everything.
So the next one is, do you wear each other's traditional clothing?
Yeah.
Now, as for the German Lederhosen and Dirndl, even me, I've never worn that. I would like to in the future. Maybe coming up Oktoberfest or something.
I will.
Something like that.
I really want to get into the outfit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, I will. But for now, I haven't.
Yeah. Me either. So, but in the future,
Yeah.
probably, yeah, because they've styled them up really cool these days.
Yeah.
And as for
The African
the
outfit.
African
Yeah.
outfits, yeah, for sure. I have a bunch of them in my closet right now, just that they don't fit me anymore after having 3 kids. But I do have a bunch of them. On our traditional engagement, we wore matching outfits, and then I changed into a different one, so I wore 2 dresses that day. And I've worn a couple of dresses that a friend of us made for me to model for her in a fashion show. That was also really cool. I really like the dresses, the fabrics, the different what's it called? The different
Textures.
no, not textures, like what's on it, like doesn't matter. Like here, for example, I have one here. See how cool that is? Yeah. So you have the designs, exactly, the designs on them. There's so many different ones, and so you get fabric like this, and then they measure you, and then they make everything according to your size. And the style of them is so cool. Like I always said, it doesn't matter how, like what shape, what size a woman is.
It looks cool. It looks cool.
Those dresses look good on any woman, and that's why I really like them. Definitely. Yeah, next question. Well, it says here, have you had to adapt to the other cultures, customs, and traditions? But I guess it kind of goes hand in hand with all the previous ones. Which...
Yeah, it's a given.
It's a given. You have to.
It's a given, yeah.
And if you are set in your ways and you don't feel like taking in anything else, learning new things and adjusting and adapting, then maybe going into a relationship with a different race is not really for you.
It's not for you.
Because
trust me,
you do have to make some changes.
It comes with that.
It comes with that.
It comes with that. Yeah.
Definitely, but I mean, for us, we haven't really had any second thoughts about it, so it was all good for us. Next question is there anything from the other culture that you don't like at all? So I guess
I wouldn't say I don't like at all, but I would say it's like, for example, when it comes to raising kids, like in an African culture, the play areas that we tend to be more stern on the kids, or more what word can I use? More strict. It's more lenient when it comes to the Western culture. So that's the area that
where usually we have difference of opinion. Where I believe sometimes he's too hard on them. He believes I'm way too soft on them, but again, it never causes any clashes. Again, to get back to the first question, because we were brought up completely different. So obviously, how we look at raising kids also is different in some ways. But we've always been able to come up with something that we're both happy with the outcome. And I do know that for me in particular, sometimes I can be a little bit too easy on them. So when it comes to the discipline part, if I know that I'm not very good at it, I just let him do it, and I just leave the room or something.
And that's compromising, because she knows.
I can't do it myself, but I know that it has to be done.
Yeah.
So I just have to kind of let him deal with it then, and but it's very important not to have any conversations about those kinds of misunderstandings, if there are any, in front of the kids. That is, because then they see that, they feel that, right? And then
we don't.
They start playing, mommy and daddy, who do I go to if I want something, right? And it shouldn't be like that.
So if daddy says no, bet you 100% when they turn around and go to mommy, it's going to be the same answer, no. Mommy says no, it's no for daddy. That mommy says yes, it's yes for daddy. So whichever, the dial, rolls to is the same.
But to come back to my point, it's also the other way too, because especially with our first son, he doesn't have the same connection with Sam as the other two, and so he tends to be a little bit tough on him, but Me as a mom, I have a kind of a feel of where our son is coming from when he's doing certain things that maybe Sam doesn't agree with. So I talked to him about that.
Mhm.
It's like, okay, you don't have to look at it as him trying to, you know,
Yeah, she's got a
pull your
lot.
legs or something like that. He's doing it
Yeah.
because of this and because of that. And he also listens to me when it comes to
Mhm.
that. So it's not like if he just wants to be mad at him, he's going to be mad at him. No.
No.
He also listens when I talk to him. And so that's
Yeah.
how we just compromise and deal with things. And yeah, so far I think we've been doing okay.
Big time okay.
So yeah, anything else? Yeah.
So yeah, with respect to that question, what was the question? What is
What you don't
like?
like?
Yeah, so far I think that's the only thing
Mm.
that jumps out to me, and yeah,
Yeah.
all other things it's, can be worked on and improved on. Yeah.
So the next question is, do you have any, or do your kids have any traditional names? So that I think that's mostly referred to any African
Yeah.
traditional names. And
Yeah. Yeah.
two of our kids
They do.
we gave
Yeah.
traditional names to. Julius, we couldn't really think of a good one, so we ended up giving him the second name of Samuel, Julius
Yeah.
Samuel, after
first
Daddy,
name.
because again we couldn't think of anything, and we didn't want to give him just one name because the first two had two names. So actually Jermaine has three. His name is Jermaine, and then Vitali, because my parents insisted in him have that he would have either a German or a Russian middle name, so we both liked Vitali. And then his traditional name is Kojo, right? Did
Yeah.
I say that right?
Kojo.
Which,
Yep.
Kojo, yeah, which basically means somebody who was born on a Monday. Now Perseus, you better say that name because I always mispronounce it.
Yeah, Perseus had my mom's name, which is Nakai. I remember she told me what it stands for. Guys, especially for those of you from Ghana, you would have to forgive me. Forgive me for this because I honestly I don't recollect or remember what it stands for. Yeah, what it is. But yeah, my apology. Yeah, but her middle name is Nakai. So, and then yeah, that's
That's
so far
about
that's
it for
for the
traditional
two.
names.
Yep.
Yeah. Now, last question. What about religion? Well, religion was never a
Yeah.
big deal with us, or yeah, none of us really had to compromise on anything because we're both Christians.
Christians. Yeah.
I mean, I was raised Catholic, but I haven't stepped foot in a Catholic church since my communion, I believe, when I was like 12 or 13. No, even 9 or 10. Yeah. Because yeah, I don't know, because my dad had to work Sundays, we ended up not going to church anymore. And then when we went to Canada, I went to church with him to their African church,
So
which is
it's more like a charismatic church type setting. Yeah.
But it's not like, is it more Catholic? Is it more
No, it's not.
evangelical?
It's not anything orthodox. So
Okay.
yeah, like I said, more like charismatic Pentecostal type of style. Yeah.
Yeah. So as long as it's Christian, and it's really fun because they dance and play music, and actually Sam, he played the drums in the church band, which was really cool. So it's always fun to go to their churches. It's not boring by any means. It's really cool.
No,
really
it
fun.
is. It is. Yeah.
So yeah, and those are all the questions that we have for
guys.
today. If we sparked any more questions in you guys that you want to get off your chest, please do bring it up, and we'll answer them definitely. So
yeah. Anything else you would want to tell them or add to it, what we just did?
Well, I guess now it's all up to you guys. If you guys want to know more, like I said, again, put your questions in the comments or put them in Facebook, and we'll definitely get to them. I'm sure there's 100 more questions out there, but those are the ones we could think of for now.
Yeah, for now.
We wanted to get the second video out to you guys as soon as possible. So I hope you guys, we hope you guys enjoyed it, and we are looking forward to more likes and subscriptions, and we will have a new video for you next week, sure.
And once again, thanks a lot for taking again your precious time to watch our videos.
All right.
So
bis zum nächsten Mal.
exactly, I was just going to say that, and she
Sorry.
quickly
Say it in your language.
no, I'll say your language. So, Dankeschön und bis zum nächsten Mal.
That time I dey chase them, then no money